I'm doubting what to do. I think you got this method that I use. Yeah. Um, shall I do another line? No, I think you got it. We're going to do the other method, and that is anchoring at the double crochet in the front. A totally different method. You choose what you want to do. I prefer this method. This method is great. I love it. It's neat. It's tidy. It's not that massively thick. It's always thick because it's double layered, you know. So if you want to have a heavy sweater or a nice warm vest, this method is great. Yeah. But now you're going to see the other method, which is quite yarn eating, I honestly must say, because we will see you do some extra loops. Okay, so this is the second method, and I will do this row, and then I will do the third method. And you see, it doesn't matter how often you change the color. You have your yarn with you. You just twist it around when you how do you know, change color, and you change color with the yarn pulled through to the both loops of the single crochet or of a double crochet. It doesn't mean it depends on where your yarn change is. Okay, pull it tight again. See, I always start with a little knot. Some don't, but I do. So both yarns. Now make sure that the pink is on top, because then you can pick it up later. And now just take that pink yarn, making sure the red yarn is there. And see, you can take those two pinkies with my gray. I was here somewhere, sorry. Sorry about that. My pink yarn is on top, and that's more important. The last single crochet I made only with the pink. We start with a single crochet, and you can anchor your work immediately. But we're going to anchor now with the double crochets, and that means you will get a stripy background instead of an even background. How you anchor is yarn through, yarn over, up, pull to both all three loops. Ooh, see, and it will slow you down. It will, but it's also a nice method, and it hides the yarn very well. It is what you prefer. So you anchor directly. You anchor the other, and I took the wrong fluffy already. You have to take care that you take the right anchor stitch for the gray. It's a little bit behind your work. There. You see, I'm already struggling with this way because I'm not used to this way. There. I will do one row like this, and it's really a method I won't use. I won't advise it, but you practice and you say, oh, I think that is so much more prettier in the back. If you like a stripy background like this, you keep your stripy background. Mine, it gets more, how you say, it gets more, I did something wrong, did I? Yeah, I did it wrong. I didn't do the yarn over. See, and you may, I make quickly mistakes. Maybe you don't, but I get those mistakes real fast, and it is not my way of, but it's nicely anchored in. See, it's nicely anchored in, and you get the stripy background. I will do 2 rows like that, and then 2 rows method 3, and then you decide which one you take, because it's all about guiding your yarn to the place you want to have your second color, your third color. So that's it. That's interlocking. And you work on the front, so it's easy to do. But you see, this gets so much more thicker than this you have. And at each yarn, look, I need to do this extra. This loop is extra. So you get like a chain of crochets extra, hiding the red yarn. But it's a good method. And maybe it's good for some people, but certainly not for me. I think I did too many, but it doesn't matter. Yarn over, and pick up. So I'm going to explain it without being so negative about it. You go to anchor your stitch, you pick up the yarn, make sure that the red there, yarn over, pick your front loop, yarn through, through loops, 3 loops, and the second loops. Then we anchor our yarn again directly, go to the front, pull through, pull those 2 through, and there it is. Anchor your stitch. Oh, I did my yarn over first. See, that is what I do often. First yarn over, anchor your stitch, then yarn over, get that front loop to 3 loops and close it. And we're going to anchor it again. And you see, I'm going slower immediately because I make so many mistakes with it. But if you're fluent in it, maybe you say, oh, for me it's an appel en eitje. I can do this very fast, Anneke, don't worry. And you can guide colors like this too. You can guide, I think, at 3 or 4 colors even, but I wouldn't tie them then at the end. I would leave them open and just guide them through and knot them at the end, because I'm not happy with this knot here. But I will pull it a little bit and it looks better. There. That's all you need to do. You need to guide your yarn to the stitch it is needed. And oops, I went wrong. And you will see at the time recording that this slows me down immensely. I think it's 2 or 3 times slower than my method, which might be a little bit sloppy, because I'm a sloppy crocheter. I'm not a very neat crocheter, but it works for me perfectly. And especially with big blankets, I don't want to use my yarn up only to anchor it. And and you see this method, it's thicker. It's immediately it goes wider. See? This method is thicker. This is already as thick as the bottom part, because you have that extra loop you pull through. Now, you can do this method for a few stitches, but if you have, like this, a lot of double crochets, and how many double crochets do I need? I need 17. Let me count. 16. I need to do the next one, 17. We anchor, yarn over, there. Oops, okay. All 3. 1, 2, 3. And done. The advantages, let me speak about the advantages. You don't have a large, did you see what I did? I took the tension back to make all a little bit nicer. And then I stretched it out so it stays fluffy. Yeah. But you see, these borders were right, but it goes wider now because I use this method. And why do I have this here? No. Okay, and what do I leave it? I leave it for now. Well, no, I can't leave it for now. I missed a little loopy there, a little stringy. That was the last one. There, secure, anchor, yarn over, through, pull all 3 loops and the second loops. Okay, what do we have to do now? 17, then 2 normals, 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now wait, we need to change our yarn, and we're going to twist the red a little bit around itself. See? Twist it. Did you see how I twisted it? Yes, you did. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 2, and 3, and we're going to do 5 double crochets with the reds, and then we're going to anchor the pink one. So we're going to anchor the pink one because that's the other method. See? 1, 2, 3, because if you anchor one this way, you need to anchor the other color this way too. 2, did I skip one? No, 2. 3. 4. and 5, anchor it, wait, is it, and then you need 3 single crochets anchored there. Pull the pink a little bit through, not too much, and then we do 3 single crochets, wait for the last one to change color, 1, 2, and 3. Wait here to change, huh? Wait, twist it around again. You can twist it the other way if you want to get it out of the knot. See, twist it, twist it, twist it. That keeps the tension better. That little twist does a lot for the yarn. See, there, make sure. And then we do 2 single crochets and we anchor the red immediately, because it's a normal anchor with a single crochet. See, if you do a single crochet, you always anchor your red yarn. And now we do the double crochets again, and we're going to anchor it at the top, and that's 17. But you see, immediately my work goes massively bigger. And if you do these, you need to do your gray also in the triple, what is it, in a half treble. It's a half treble, which is secured at the top, the 3 loops at the bottom and 2 at the top. So you immediately need to secure these too, or to do the same method, otherwise the yarn will go tight here and wide there. I prefer the lower method, really, I would advise that, but I want to show you all 3 methods, because this is method number 2, but the next stitch will be method number 3. Oh goodness. So there, make sure the red yarn is in there. 1. Oh, I forgot to anchor. See, and I don't know how long I'm recording, but it takes a long time. Am I anchoring in the wrong one? Let me see, did I skip one? No, I didn't skip one. Okay, I'm anchoring. I think I skipped one. Is this one anchored? This one anchored, this one anchored. Yeah, they're all anchored. Is this one anchored? Yes. Sorry, I always doubt myself. I thought the anchor was a little bit backwards, but it doesn't matter. Otherwise, I just do a front stitch only, and I know anchor at the end. There, 2. Anchor it first. Getting hot. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. I forgot the yarn over, I think. And really, I'm mixing up my brain now. It's not going on the automatic. I can't bring this automatic, and that's why I prefer the first method. I can automate this, but this I can automate the first method in my brain. But this one I always have problems with, and maybe it's why I don't like it and why I'm so negative about it. Well, it uses more yarn, and it is also makes your work irregular. It makes it much more irregular than the first method I showed you, because it gets so bloody thick. And it is already a thick way of, you use already double yarn, you know, and now you use, like, I feel like I'm using triple yarn, and you're guiding that red already through. You could cut it off at the ends and keep it here. You know, you could sew in the ends, but I hate sewing ends anyway. I will do a border, or I just leave the fringe, but I hate sewing ends, so I leave it. I like guiding yarn, especially when you have a collar here, collar there, collar there, and collar here. This is a simple color change pattern because I didn't want to start with the very difficult patterns with color change. I might design one and do a few first rows, then you can see how I do it. Again, because I like to do this. I like crochet. I love it. I'm not a crocheter, sadly. I am just a designer. But I love to do it in the evening. I can't imagine what other people do when they watch telly. I need to have something in my hand. I need to do this. And it keeps you from eating in the evening too. That's really an advantage. I mean, really, I don't know if you recognize it, but if you're in a little bit hungry in the evening, you know, want a snack, but you're in the middle of a row, you say, oh, I want to finish my row first. And before you know, you forgot the snack and you finish your row and you start another row. That's great. It's a great way of entertaining. I love it. And you make something, you produce something nicely for friends. I don't sell my work. I give it all away or I keep it myself. There is the last one, a single crochet then. And then we're going to do the border stitch. Take 2 loops there. Now take the red one too. Put another one in there. Yarn through both, all, and there, woof, and cut. And I will show you the difference in the back. There, see? That will create the stripy background. This will create almost a negative background. Not perfectly. If you want to have a real nice background, you go interlocking. But interlocking with more than one color is a little bit more organizing and difficult. This is more easy. And you see, it stays stretchy. It stays stretchy, but you see it goes like this already in the beginning. If you go put it straight, you see this row is a little bit more wide than the previous rows because you did that extra loop. Okay, I'm going to do the next one, which is a simple one, and then I'm going to show you the last and my third method, and show you how to do that. Okay, thank you very much.